Hello everyone, welcome back to another video here on Critic Insider, and today's video is, I saw Onward earlier today, and I'll be giving you my spoiler-free take on it. So yeah guys, so anyways, let's just get right into the good. Now, Tom Holland and Chris Pratt were great in this movie. They were great voice actors. Their characters were very fun, and they were light and fun, just like they are in the Marvel movies, and it really showed their characters. Also, so you have very deep emotion to it, which I liked about this because a lot of kids' movies these days do not have that stuff, but it really showed that Onward is not just for kids. It's certainly got some power in there for adults. I mean, it did have some overly childish and juvenile stuff, which I'll get more to on the bad, but there are definitely some very adult and mature themes in this movie. Now, not necessarily dark, but it felt mature at moments, which I really liked, because not much kids' movies these days do that. That's unusual, and yeah, and just like I said, Tom Holland and Chris Pratt were amazing, but also a lot of family movies these days don't have an actual story to them, but while this one was like a bit of a mystery, I was interested in some parts of this movie for sure. There were some parts where I got bored in, which I'll get onto that more in the bad as well, but I for sure felt intrigued to see what's gonna happen at the end. I mean, like, this is about them trying to find a stone to find his missing father, and when he first comes, it's just his pants and his legs, and then they put this weird suit over him. So overall, I really liked how it was a lighthearted movie for adults. Not necessarily made for adults. I mean, a 5-year-old will enjoy this movie, but I really like this movie's broad target audience, it felt like. So yeah, so now let's move on to the bad. Now this really felt way too overly fantasy for me. Like, there are a lot of points in this movie where it just felt too much, I feel like. I mean, like I was personally annoyed that they didn't just originally bring his father back to life. It did bring a mystery to the movie and all, but just him in his pants just walking around just sort of bothered me. There's one scene where it's actually dancing, and that scene just really odded me out. But also, I'm just not a fan of fantasy as well. I mean, it felt over the top for me. Like, it got really ridiculous. Like, my biggest thing with kids' movies are the juvenile humor, which a cool thing about this movie is it didn't have tons of fart jokes or nothing, but sure, this was in a fictional world and all, but it just had some random teenage mermaids on their phone, a police officer that was part him and part his body, which was just very cringy. Like this movie just felt very odd. But also, while this was an intriguing movie, I mean, I wanted to find out what was gonna happen at the end, what was gonna end up happening with these characters, but with most movies, you're not just like, get on with the end, like you're intrigued to know what happens at the end and all, but you still want to know you still want to see more of their journey. However, with this movie, I mean like there are lots of boring and generic moments in this movie, and yeah, so I sort of like get on with the end of this movie. So now for a conclusion of Onward. I personally wasn't a fan of this movie. I mean, I came in thinking that was gonna be terrible. I mean, some members of my family chose to see it, so I just came along with them, but I really hated the trailers, and this movie didn't do well for me. I mean, there are things I liked about it for sure, but it just felt too much. It was just very ridiculous, I would call it. It's one of the most ridiculous movies and over-the-top movies I've seen, because lots of kids' anime movies in these past few years have been just really over the top and bizarre and strange, and this is one of the most for sure. So yeah, so overall I'll give Onward a C-, and honestly, I personally wouldn't recommend it, but yet again, I don't like movies where they get like over the top fictional, so that's maybe why I didn't like this movie, but yeah, so thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and see ya!